Hey guys, Justin Conoco here from Grogan Conoco Real Estate Brokerage and theclosers.ca. We do monthly market updates. So what I actually thought was we'd Facebook Live this monthly market update so that you guys can ask as many questions as you want as we're going through the stats and kind of things that are happening in the marketplace. I'll be jumping back and forth between two cameras, so I am paying attention to you even if I'm looking the other way. So let's get right into it. So statistically speaking, May was insane. If you're not paying attention to the real estate market, we, in the last update said how we were back from recession pricing from, 2008 to say 2012, 13. We've now gone beyond that. The stats for May was actually the second best May ever. The only other May that beat it was, I believe, last year, and it was 7 sales more than it was. So, we're setting a record number of sales in our marketplace. 1,000, give you an idea, 1,154 homes exchanged hands last month, and that's up from last year almost 10%, so 9.4% more sales this May than last. The interesting thing about that stat is month to month when you're looking at statistics in the real estate market, a lot of it's weather dependent. I know, depending on if you've had a mild or, hey, thanks Manny, appreciate the shout out. If you've had a mild winter or an extended winter, it can impact the spring or late fall market on the reverse side of things. So something to think about. But I mean, the fact that we've had the second highest ever selling May gives you an indication that the real estate market's really, really strong. Stacey Evoy, our phenomenal president from the L-Star board, said that we're actually just waiting for an announcement from the CMHC as to whether we've officially moved into a seller's market. For the past number of years, we've been in what's been called a balanced market. So, balanced number of sellers and buyers that are in the marketplace. Truth be told, boots on the ground. I think all the realtors that follow us and interact with us would agree we're in a seller's market. So what does that mean? It means it's getting more difficult to find inventory. You're running into a ton of multiple offers. I talked to 3 different realtors yesterday, and they were just saying, sometimes it can take 3 to 5 times going into multiple offer situations to get the right place. The good realtors that are conservative and really look out for their clients' best interests are the ones that have to put in a little bit more work, because advising somebody to go in $30,000, $40,000 over asking, which isn't crazy in this marketplace, can come back to haunt you in 5 years when the market balances itself out, your mortgage comes up for renewal, and you think about selling. If you overpay for the house now, you can end up taking that on the back end of the sale when you go to sell. So something to keep in mind, right? Always look for that ceiling in the neighborhood of value and, line that up with whatever improvements you're planning on the property. That said, the different price ranges that London plays in, our average sale price is something else I want to point out. If you look nationally, the average sale price is $484,000. London's priced at $276,266. So we're just under that $300,000 mark, making us a really, really affordable place to live. Anything that is selling, even $175 to $450 is flying off the shelves. That's just because that's where the highest number of sales are happening. Anything, $599 plus. What's up, Grant? What's up, Kevin? Hey, Greg. Hey, Emily. Sorry, I just wanted to acknowledge everybody that joined the live feed. As I was saying, the inventory up to about $450 is flying off the shelves. Everything's going in multiple offers. As soon as you get above that and you get into the $599, $600, $700, $800,000 range, that's where you're seeing a little bit longer time on market. And longer time on market could mean a year, it could mean 2. I mean, when you're in the $1 million price range, you're talking to 1-2% of the marketplace. It could take you a significantly longer time to sell. That said, in February, we sold a house that was in close to the $700,000 range, where the average days on market was 2 years. We sold it in less than 6 months. So if you look at the economies of scale, even the more expensive properties seem to be trading a little bit quicker. But something to keep in mind, depending on what price range you're in, just have a level of expectation going into the marketplace, narrow down what you're looking for, and don't necessarily settle. There's always going to be more inventory coming up. Yeah, it might take a little bit more effort, and it is taxing to write those offers, but don't put yourself in a position that you can't get out of, when it comes time for the mortgage renewal. When it comes to the multiple offer situation, I've been talking to some appraisers, bank, lenders, agents, And just to give you an idea, the main thing when you're going in multiple offers is a clean offer beats a conditional offer, right? So what does that mean? It means, you know, say I give you an offer for $400,000 for your house, and it's conditional on financing for 7 days for me to get my financing together. And there's another offer that comes on the table for $375,000 with no condition of financing. That means if they accept the $375,000, that deal's firm and done. If they accept my $400,000 deal, they're just assuming that I'm going to get the financing, but anything can happen in those 7 days. So it's not unheard of for somebody to accept an offer that's $15,000 or $20,000 less on a firm deal than a full price offer. The challenge with that is, you know, being conservative and doing things the right way. If you haven't been approved for your financing, or you're not sure if the bank is going to appraise the property at the value you're paying, what you can run into is you write a firm offer on a property and they accept it. So say you went $20,000 over asking price, right? Say it was, the asking price was $380,000 and you went in with $400,000. Your firm, they accept it. You're bound by that contract. The bank decides they want to do an appraisal. They tell you it's only worth $385,000. You have to come up with that $15,000 difference to put as a down payment. So some people don't have $15,000 just sitting in the bank that they could throw at the property, and it can get pretty finicky. So that's just one thing to look out for. And I know appraisers are conscious of it. I know Old South was one area. One appraiser told me that they felt like some of the prices that stuff was going for was crazy. I saw one sell on Chester. Sorry about that, guys. It was a little 2-bedroom and ended up selling, I think it was $245,000. The funny thing is, I sold a 4-bedroom, massive house with a granny suite in the back for $252,000 last fall. So, you know, economies of scale, that's one that we backed away from and we didn't want to play just because that ceiling was there. And if I got the call in 5 years, I would have been pretty disappointed for my people, you know, having to bring the news that they might not get the money out. That said, your real estate agent doesn't have a crystal ball. We don't know where the marketplace is going to be in 5 years. We can only estimate based on trends. The good thing about our marketplace, London is super stable compared to a lot of other marketplaces. So we can forecast a lot better than a lot of other marketplaces can, and depending on the volume that your agents have done and how ingrained they are in the industry, you know, they may be able to give you some valuable insight. Just to give you a wrap up from the last episode, we were reading Gary Vee's book, The Ask Gary Vee Show, and just a quick summary, phenomenal content. You know, he digs into a lot of questions people have about starting businesses, different ideas on, you know, where to get the most traction. Sorry, I'm going to pause for a second. Thanks, Raphael. Actually, Raphael's a guy that I roll with at Adrenaline, phenomenal blue belt jiu-jitsu player, and I think he was just down south, so I was glad to hear from you. If you have any questions about real estate, just fire questions. This is a live stream, so I will answer questions for you guys. Going back to what I was saying, Gary Vee's book is super tactical. Hates the term social media guru, but he knows the game better than anybody, has a really good grasp on where the attention graph is going when it comes to social media, where to spend your time so you're not getting overcome with all of the different platforms that are out there. He actually released an audiobook after the Gary Vee show talking about the Ask Gary Vee book. So the audiobook, when he was doing it, should have just been verbatim what the actual book is, which is what you get a lot of the time. What Gary Vee ended up doing was he updated all the answers. So in between writing the book and doing the audiobook, things change, right? Like the attention graph on Snapchat's changed, Instagram's changed, Facebook's changed, their algorithms changed. So he actually changes all of his answers to the current ones, which is one reason why I love the guy. Right now, this is the other one that we're reading. It's the E-Myth Revisited. I don't know if that's backwards on your screen. E-Myth Revisited is a book I've been trying to read for a long time. It's been on my shelf. I haven't actually had the time, and it digs into small businesses and, you know, why they don't work and what you can do to fix it. So a lot of people that start small businesses are really good at what they do. So think of the bicycle mechanic or the coffee roaster, or, you know, somebody that loves getting their hands dirty and doing what they do, but they may not be good at running businesses. So it shows a framework of, you know, what to do, how to prep, how to build your business properly, and how to get the right support so you can do what you love. Because what happens with that bicycle mechanic is he starts getting bogged down running the actual business, and then doesn't enjoy what he's doing as much, gets tired, isn't as good at fixing his bikes, and it all trickles down. So super pumped to read this book, and I'll let you know the results and what I thought of it once we wrap it up. I do want to give another shout out. My lunch, I was down at Plant Matters in Wortley Village. So where Raw Juice Co. used to be, it got taken over by Plant Matters Kitchen. And there's a juice bar right next to it. Staff, A+. They were absolutely amazing, especially for a restaurant that just opened up. Food was phenomenal. I actually went with a great realtor friend of mine, Steve Wiggett, last week and had the same meal that I had. I had the veggie wrap, the spicy peanut butter sauce. Phenomenal. Their kombucha is locally sourced as well. And it looks like it's got like sweetener in it, but it's not. It's just apples and beets. They have really, really good flavor. So check that place out if you're looking for a place to eat. Ricky Chada is a killer real estate agent. He's in Toronto. Good friend of mine. We've done lots of business together. Used to be a kickboxer too. Lots of people probably don't know that about you, Ricky. I'm glad you jumped on. Read the E-Myth, man. Jump on it this month and let's have a chat. Scott Mueller, man, I had a great time at my sister's wedding with you. I appreciate you jumping on as well. We want to offer as much value as we can. The live stream's a bit of a different beast for me because I can't edit, I can't go back, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. This market's insane, so if you're looking for property, make sure that you do your due diligence ahead of time. You don't fall into it head first. I'll touch on a couple things actually before we wrap up. On the commercial side of things, last month I was saying there's a lot of stuff going on Dundas, and there still is. So Dundas and Richmond Street, that main corridor that most people in London know, has historically been somewhere not many people like to hang out, and it's that kind of area in transition. It's happening, right? Like I can tell you from my day-to-day with guys like Mike Manuel doing the London Music Hall, opening up the A&W, working on Nash Jewelers, working on the building next to it with him. We just sold 200 Dundas, full price, beautiful property. We're gonna have another one coming up soon. The planning division's down there. You walk down Dundas, and I was talking to a good cop buddy of mine who's been around for 10 years. He said there used to be like 10 incidents a day on Dundas. Now they're dealing with, maybe 5 to 10 a week, but that's a significant change. And if you drive down Dundas, you'll notice there's lots of entertaining people still around, but it is getting gentrified. So you'll see 50-50. You'll see business people walking next to, who did I meet? I met Mother Nature. That's who she was. She was walking down Dundas Street. She told me how she's been around for a couple thousand years. So still a little bit of an eclectic mix, but you're gonna see businesses snapping up those cheap leases now and benefiting from it when it increases from say $13 a square foot net to 20, 22 once Fanshawe's done their build. So something to keep in mind there. Investment property wise, but the inventory's thin. There's nothing out there. I know in between me and another agent that I work with, we sold quite a bit of the investment stuff that was out there, multifamily. A couple of things on the marketplace right now that have been there for a while. So if you're looking for investment property, you're wondering about those, feel free to message us. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the feed and, give me some feedback when I post this. I'm happy to change the format of it and give you guys, more value. But again, I truly appreciate all your time and I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.